Life on a catamaran in the Caribbean is a mixed bag, much like life on land. We've clung to a lot of the same old habits of land life, but we've also had to make a lot of adjustments. At the end of the day, it's just life. Happens to be in a beautiful place.
It is October 1st in Grenada, and it is really hot. Saw the weather today, and it was 92, but it feels like 107, and there is no wind to help anything.
There is, it's going the wrong way. We are turned around facing southwest, basically, which is not normal at all.
But it's October, like I said, and it's my favorite month, and so I'm gonna decorate anyway. But that's always been one of those things that's been kind of hard on the boat, is celebrating the holidays and the traditions. And I've realized that last year I started this where I did crafts and I tried to like get myself into the mood, into that holiday spirit. It really helped. So anyway, what I think I'm trying to get at is it might be summer out here, but it is Halloween inside.
Well, it will be.
Yeah.
And so it begins.
I know, it's never gonna end either. Maybe we should just be a Halloween boat all the time. Rivers, would you like it if we just decorated for Halloween all the time?
Kinda.
Very expressive eyelash.
Hey, Boo.
What are we doing this morning?
Hobie cats.
Well,
Hobie
sailing,
cat.
yeah.
Hobie cat.
Sailing lessons, you hope it's a Hobie. But it might be one of these little Bics or something like that. Just see what the teacher tells you to do. First chess, then sailing. It's a busy, busy morning.
Let's go!
We come on the sloop John B, my grandfather and me. Around Nassau town we did roll, drinking all night, got into a fight.
If there's one thing about boat life you often have to work hard for, that's maintaining some sort of a clan out of the rotating cast of characters and boat friends that you make along the way. It's especially important if you have kids, because you always want them to have a group of friends to play with, new learning experiences and activities to be a part of. Here in Grenada, we don't have to work so hard for those things. It's a huge reason, if not the main reason, so many boating families choose Grenada as their safe haven from hurricanes. For 3 to 4 months out of the year, our kids have a dizzying array of activities they can choose from. Our biggest challenge is just trying to keep up with their schedules. And for example, these sailing lessons come at a whopping monthly fee of 10 EC total. That's about $4 US. The Petite Calavigna Yacht Club doesn't want any kid discluded because of price.
Hoist up the John B sails, see how the mainsail set. Call for the captain ashore, let me go home. So break up, I wanna go home.
We just had our very first issue with our Cruise RO water maker. And what was going on was the boost pump just seemed to completely lose pressure. It went down to zero. Checked the filters, checked the strainer, all that stuff. But no matter what we did, when we turned on the boost pump, it would go up to 35 to 40, which is where it's supposed to be. But then as soon as you hit the high pressure pump, just flatlined to zero. It's just another cool thing about this company. You can get Rich or Charlie on WhatsApp or on the phone almost any point during the day. And it's not just us, because, you know, we have a collaboration with these guys. They'll get back to you super fast, and he did. It was just within a minute or two, texted back and let me know what to try. And really what it boiled down to was checking the voltage first, which was fine, and then pulling this head off of this diaphragm pump and just seeing if there was anything caught in there. And sure enough, there was. It's not a lot. There was a piece of seaweed, and there were little chunks of seaweed just kind of stuck down in there. And then I'm just now about to put the whole thing back together. These days, I'm never 100% confident in anything, but I feel pretty good about this. We'll see what happens. Almost done hooking this thing back up. I just wanted to show you another cool thing here. It's just the way these guys have put together this system. It's meant to make life easy. And right here we've got these quick connect little in and out valves, just like that. Nothing to unscrew, no leaks, no craziness. You just need to work on your pump. Those are the kind of connections you want. I think we are ready to try this thing out. Let me run through everything, make sure everything's open, and then we'll turn it on and see what happens. Just kind of checking back in. This thing's been running for 10 minutes, and so far it's not had so much as a hiccup. It's making about, I think it was what, 225, I think, parts per million water. Really likes the water here in Grenada. We're making really clean water, and yeah, it's just running great. So, whew, sigh of relief. Thumbs up, we're making water. Very happy.
Morning. We have an early morning adventure, and by early morning I mean it's like 8 o'clock. But we are going to walk to Prickly Bay Marina, which requires us to take the dinghy out and around this little part of the island, and then we park the dinghy and then we walk up and over a hill. So it's a little bit of a production, but we're gonna go meet James. We got some things that we need to exchange with him real fast. And then, since we're over there and the brewery opens at 7:30, we're gonna go get some breakfast. And then tomorrow starts a different adventure, and we're gonna have a car. And we've never had a car for a long time on this island, so we're excited to be able to see different things that we've never seen, as they haven't been as available to us, because they're like inland. But that's what's on the plan today. You got your walking shoes on. You're gonna run? Are you gonna run that entire way? Maybe? Oh, I guess I gotta get my running shoes on too then. Let's do this. Is it early? Is it too early for you? No. Okay, good. Alright, well, let's get going. Look at us! Everybody's got real shoes on!
So weird.
I don't think we've all ever worn shoes.
And more notably, I'm wearing socks.
Yeah, I am too.
In land life, it's really easy to take for granted the fact that if there's something you need from somewhere that's just a few miles away, you just hop in the car, go get it, and come back.
Whoa,
You're done in about 15 minutes. In boat life, not so much. The biggest part of the problem is usually how do we get somewhere in the first place? This is our half-point break Vista rest stop.
Stop in front of some person's house.
Thank you, whoever lives here, for the shade of your gate.
Yes.
It's Prickly Bay. Looking full, man. Chock full.
Running.
Whoa! I didn't notice it was this steep. Whew. Made it. Almost. 3/4, I think. I bet we're pretty close.
Battle Royale. And our reward after our little quest was a nice breakfast at the brewery, something that sustained us quite often during COVID.
This is Zeke's favorite bar.
Ironic. that it's almost too dark to put in lights. You know what? I'm not ready. Hold on. A variety of LED lighting was part of the massive pile of things we purchased while we were back in the States. One of many smaller jobs we just get to as we can.
You put a hole in my boat.
I put so many holes in so many boats.
Yeah, it's not even scary anymore.
Most of the time I've intended it. If there's one thing that most old boats are sorely lacking, it's good lighting in a lot of areas. Thanks to inexpensive LEDs, it's now an easy fix. Nice tight fit. Maybe just a little too tight, but I'll fix that. Alright, hit the first button first.
This one?
Whoa, lights.
We can see in our closets! Now turn that one off. Not tell.
Whoa, floors.
Night lights.
You got one too. What do you think, Zeke? Is that pretty cool?
Yes.
Alright, leave them both on. Speaking of boat clans, we were very lucky to fall in with a really good one this year. We really hope to see a lot more of these guys at the end of the season as we head north.
Early morning.
Bright and early.
Swim.
Just going for a little shrimp swim. Get you some shrimp for lunch. Well, this is going to be interesting because I am going down to clean the bottom, which that in and of itself I know is not that interesting. But what's interesting is we haven't cleaned this bottom. We did it last year in Carriacou. Not cleaned it one time. That sounds bad, but we haven't cleaned it because it hadn't needed it. It's definitely built up a layer sitting here. A lot of fluff, a little bit of hard stuff. But man, like all year, sitting up there in Charleston, in the ICW, sitting up there in St. Augustine, and then all the time it took us to get down here, we were keeping our eye on it, and it was not growing. And especially if we'd get out and sail, it would knock almost everything right back off. It's called ProGuard. I want to go down now for cleaning it for the first time, almost an entire year, and see how hard it is to clean. That's going to be the key. If it's hard, that'll be hard. If it's soft, that'll be easy. Dingleberry. Even though we hadn't had to clean the bottom all year, most of this growth accrued while sitting right here in this spot. The important thing was how easily it scraped off. Really not bad for a cheap paint. Seems like it's going to scrape fairly easily, but we'll check back in and see how it's going after a little bit. Well, some things take a little bit of extra effort in the islands, but for some reason, other times they're just one little wrinkle after another. So today we are finally renting a car, and after a lot of searching and trying to find a car that was affordable, we found a guy, cash only. He can come pick us up at LaFair Blue at 5, but if we can go to him, I can get it before noon, and then we can go get groceries today. So that's what I'm doing. Good morning. The only problem with that is it's about 1.2 miles way uphill. It's not that far from La Faire Bleu, but it's literally all uphill because, you know, mountains and stuff. So, got my water bottle, and here we go. Yeah, baby. I did get one break. It's right here. Damn, I'm glad it's morning. It's just already freaking hot. Lauren offered to make this trip for me, but I'm the only one between us that has a license here. So, it's me walking. She's a lot better walker than I am. It's a pretty walk. That definitely helps. I could probably flag down any of these cars that have gone by. People are super nice around here. There's no doubt they would give me a lift. But you know what? It's good for me. Walking is part of our life. It's part of what keeps us healthy. So I shouldn't be trying to get out of it. I love all the flora and fauna around here. It's so pretty. It smells so good. All right, time to consult Google Maps. If I remember correctly, I can either go the normal route down over the bridge there, or I can go this route. Man, that looks steep. It goes up, up, up. This way is a lot more gradual. All right, well, I'm taking the long way. Not out of laziness. Just got a text from the guy. My previous text was like 45 minutes ago, and the last text from him was like 10 or 15 minutes ago. I've got to make this long walk to get to his place. It's not terrible. As I got to walking it, I'm like, this is going to be fine. Not that bad. And the whole time he's been saying, as long as I can get there by 12. As long as I can get there by 12. If not, he would have to deliver it to us at 5. Yeah, I can get there at 12. So I got going so we could get it as soon as possible. Get moving, go to the grocery store, you know, taking full advantage of a full day for our first day with the car. And this last text I got from him says, I'll be there at exactly 12. Which was not what he was saying before. And so now I'm going to be like an hour early. And it's just that kind of stuff. That's kind of how it works. In a lot of ways around here, and I know that's just an island thing, island time, all that stuff, and we are pretty adjusted to that. We try not to be high stress about anything if we can help it. It's the same way when you're trying to get service on a motor or something. They tend to overpromise as far as what time, what day they can do something, and then their jobs inevitably run long, and you wind up with nobody working on your generator or your motor for a week or two after the day they said they were coming. So that's something you just kind of got to get used to around here, unless you get lucky. And I am just going to accept that at the end of this, we'll have a car. And leave it at that. Now, I'm on the second uphill portion of the journey. Looks like the place. Pretty sure that's the car. Hope they don't mind if I wait on their porch. It is hot.
First day with the car.
I love having a car.
What are we gonna do first?
Go to Subway.
Yay!
Subway.
I love that the air conditioner is working. It's cranking. It's your favorite. You ready? Subway and football.